Malaysia's Economic Landscape, September 2025, by AZLAN ADNAN MA, Sunday, 21st of September 2025. Economic Growth Outlook Bank Negara Malaysia, BNM, projects GDP growth between 4.0% and 4.8% for 2025, supported by resilient domestic demand and investment. However, global trade tensions and a 19% U.S. tariff on Malaysian exports pose risks to this forecast. Tong has highlighted that Malaysia's position in global value chains remains at the lower end, limiting pricing power and productivity growth, which constrains sustainable economic development. Headline inflation averaged 1.4% and core inflation 1.9% in the first 7 months of 2025. BNM maintains an inflation forecast of 1.8% for the year, with potential upward pressure from fuel price adjustments and wage dynamics. Tong stresses that structural inefficiencies, coupled with state intervention in certain sectors, can exacerbate cost pressures and reduce the economy's resilience. Cost of living. The cost of living has risen by 3 to 5%, primarily due to higher food and utility expenses. Tong underscores that stagnant wage growth relative to rising living costs reflects Malaysia's ongoing productivity challenges. To alleviate financial strain, the government has implemented targeted subsidies, including a RM100 cash handout and a reduction in RON N95 fuel prices to RM199 per liter. Tong cautions, however, that such interventions, while helpful short-term, may perpetuate inefficiencies if not paired with structural reforms. Civil service expenditure. In 2025, Malaysia allocated RM 335 billion to operating expenditure, encompassing public administration, debt service charges, and essential services. Tong notes that the substantial role of government-linked companies, GLCs, and civil service spending, while historically stabilizing, can crowd out private sector dynamism. The government aims to reduce the fiscal deficit to 3.8% of GDP, down from 4.3% in 2024, through measures such as subsidy reforms and increased tax revenues. Tong advocates for careful fiscal discipline alongside reforms to increase productivity and competitiveness. Export performance. In July 2025, Malaysia's exports reached RM 140.45 billion, marking the highest monthly value since September 2022. This growth was driven by increased demand for electronics and electrical products. The positive trade balance reflects Malaysia's export resilience and global trade competitiveness. Tong emphasizes that Malaysia's long-term prosperity requires moving up the value chain to capture higher returns, rather than relying solely on volume-driven exports. Infrastructure challenges. The Malacca Gateway and Forest City projects have faced criticism for underutilization and delayed development, raising concerns about the efficiency of large-scale infrastructure investments. Tong cautions that inefficient allocation of resources in these projects can undermine broader economic sustainability. Officials have defended projects like the My Kiosk initiative, citing high occupancy rates and dismissing claims of them being white elephants. Summary. Malaysia's economy in September 2025 is characterized by moderate inflation, strong export performance, and a commitment to fiscal consolidation. While civil service expenditures remain a significant portion of the national budget, ongoing reforms aim to enhance efficiency and reduce the fiscal deficit. Infrastructure projects continue to play a pivotal role in economic development, though some face scrutiny regarding their long-term viability. Informed by Tan Sri Tong Kui Ong's perspective, these data points underscore that structural challenges, such as over-reliance on GLCs, productivity stagnation, and a lower-end position in global supply chains, remain critical factors shaping Malaysia's economic trajectory. A transition towards market-driven reforms, higher value-added production, and measured state intervention is essential to achieve sustainable, long-term growth. Tan Sri Tong Kui Ong is a highly respected Malaysian investor, corporate leader, and philanthropist, widely recognized for his disciplined approach to value investing. He has built a distinguished career spanning several decades, combining deep financial acumen with a strategic understanding of macroeconomic trends. Tong's investment philosophy emphasizes identifying undervalued companies with strong fundamentals while considering the broader economic environment, technological shifts, and industry-specific dynamics that could influence long-term growth. Beyond investing, Tong has been an influential voice in Malaysia's business and economic circles, often sharing insights through The Edge and other financial publications. His thought leadership extends to corporate governance, strategic planning, and sustainable business practices. Known for his meticulous research and principled decision-making, Tong has contributed to shaping investment culture in Malaysia, encouraging both individual and institutional investors to adopt long-term, disciplined strategies. Why WFPB, Doctors for Nutrition? WFPB stands for Whole Food, Plant-Based, a diet and lifestyle focused on plant-derived foods that are unprocessed or minimally processed, while minimizing or excluding animal products and highly refined ingredients. The diet emphasizes fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, nuts, and seeds, while avoiding added sugars, refined flours, and oils. The core principle is to eat foods in their natural state or close to it, rather than highly processed imitation products. Key principles: whole foods. Foods that are in their natural, unrefined state or have undergone minimal processing, like canned beans or frozen vegetables. Plant-based. Foods that come exclusively from plants, excluding meat, dairy, eggs, and honey. Minimal processing. A focus on foods that are as close to nature as possible, avoiding ingredients that are heavily refined, such as white flour, white rice, and added oils. Nutrient dense, prioritizing foods rich in fiber, vitamins, and minerals to meet nutritional needs. Foods to emphasize: fruits and vegetables, a wide variety of fresh and colorful produce. Whole grains, such as brown rice, oats, quinoa, and whole wheat. Legumes, beans, lentils, chickpeas, and peas. Nuts and seeds, almonds, walnuts, chia seeds, and flax seeds. Foods to limit or avoid processed foods, any food that has been heavily altered from its natural state. Animal products, meat, dairy, and eggs. Refined grains, white flour, white rice, and pasta made from refined flour. Added sugars and artificial sweeteners, including high fructose corn syrup and confectioner's sugar. Added oils, even those considered minimally processed like olive oil, are typically excluded due to their processing and added calories. WFPB versus vegan diet. While both are plant-focused, a vegan diet focuses only on eliminating animal products and can include highly processed foods, while a WFPB diet additionally emphasizes whole, minimally processed foods. A heartfelt light. To every soul whose hand did give, you've helped me dream, helped me live. In darkest hours your light came through, with hearts so kind, so pure, so true. Your gifts, like stars in deepest night, have steered me gently toward the light. Each coin, each word, each silent prayer, a thread of hope so rich, so rare. My eyes once dimmed now seek the skies, and slowly clearer visions rise. Because of you, I dare to see the world again. Its grace, its plea. Your compassion's flame will not just stay with me alone. It lights the way for others wandering through despair to feel the warmth of selfless care. You've shown what love in action means, in quiet ways through giving scenes. You've built a bridge from soul to soul and made the broken feel more whole. So let this thanks rise like a song, a melody both soft and strong. May your example gently call more hearts to rise to give. To fall into the joy of lifting pain, of planting hope where none remains. Your kindness walks beside me still, a light, a love, a living will.
don't forget to hit that subscribe button to show your support.